Hey friends, well, I am at Prana Yoga Ashram near Tirupati, and I want to share something. Uh, well, whenever you you make a choice guided by your intuition and feel like a calling, follow it. You may have resistance, but follow it. Let me share what happened with me. Now, there was a course for children based on energy concepts, 1,000 kilometers away from my place. I stay in Nasik, Maharashtra, and this is happening in Andhra Pradesh. Now, that's too far. So, I when I got to know about the course from my mentor, I felt it like a divine guidance. I felt it like a God's guidance. And okay, I was asking for something for my children, and I have received it, and now I have to take that leap of faith. But then, when you share something uh, with your near and dear ones, they won't immediately agree, right? And you may have to face that resistance. Now, how do you face the resistance is a challenge. So I said, yes, I'm definitely coming. And then I just shared it with my husband, and initially, yeah, I was very, clear that he's going to resist initially, because see, it's my world. I'm into energy sciences, and I understand the you know importance or magic of energies, and I value it. But it's 7 billion people in this world. Not everyone will fall in the same frequency. So at the last minute, he knew we were going. I made the tickets, whatever efforts was to be taken, money was involved, efforts were involved. So and he would be in his own influence of people, circumstances, and situations around him. So at the last minute, just a day before we were supposed to leave, he said, no, I'm not going, you see what to do. And then there was a little bit of argument, not exactly argument. It was a one-way traffic, and I really just kept chanting in my mind, change divine order now, change divine order now, or whatever I could at that particular minute or moment. So I want you to know one thing, friends. Okay, now note this down. All of us face such situations often. So when he was being angry or upset or frustrated, whatever he said out of anger or his own insecurities, it could be money, it could be time, it could be other people's emotions that he would have attracted at that particular time. And what I did was, I just dropped all resistance. I was very clear that I'm not going to resist what he says, but I'm not going to absorb it also. So in my mind, I just kept chanting, and whatever is for the highest good for my children is happening. This is what I visualized. This is what I made myself feel all the time. So he said no, he was whatever literally, yeah, angry and frustrated, and at some point of time a little tantrums were also thrown. Why I respect him as a human, but then I want you to understand that we all go through this, right? And at that time, how you be is very important than what you say or do. So don't mess up at that time. When someone is angry at you, you need not prove how right you are. You need not prove your point, but just be calm and relaxed and in alignment with what you want. Okay, maintain your peace. That's very important, and that is what is dropping all resistance. And I did that, and I'm very happy I could achieve that. So I said, okay, whatever is happening, let it happen. It's all happening in the divine order. And if I just say that, okay, I'm just going to be in the present moment. So I was ready to go by both the choice, if he comes along with me or my daughters. Like 4 of us were supposed to go. So if he comes, great. If he does not, I need to be okay with that also, because my intention was very clear that my daughters learn this, and it's an opportunity. It was happening for the first time in the country. I mean, at least I don't know anywhere else. So, well, at the last minute, I don't know how, but then he stepped in. And until we reached the Prana Yoga or ashram also, we had a lot of, challenges to face. We reached the station, literally 8 p.m. At night. Now this is, East Andhra is East, so sun sets early, sun rises early. So it was quite dark. There was an auto rickshaw driver who was supposed to pick us and take us to the ashram, which was an hour, away from the station. And this is like, literally in mountains. It's a jungle. So, all that uncertainties and unknown road, and it was definitely a little scary. So at that time also, my husband, definitely, because he being the responsible person, he threw all his insecurities and frustration on me. So I was very clear that I'm not supposed to absorb that energy of his. And I just kept chanting, and I did not resist what he is saying. Really respecting that, okay, this is all coming out of, that feeling of responsibility for us. So I did not attach any meaning to his words, but kept aligned. And literally, I want to share one thing, that I believe in angel guidance, and I follow, most of my followers know that I follow this healing code 1176, also mentioned in my book, The Door to Confidence Opens Here. It's one of the magic numbers. And we had a auto rickshaw, we were following that auto rickshaw, and it was like, for almost half the distance, driven ahead of us. And it was raining, it was dark, but I could see the number, and I felt so calm and relaxed. And that number was 1176. Now 4 numbers on the nameplate, out of all the millions of combinations that are possible, permutations and combinations on that number plate. And it was like for almost half an hour that auto was driven, and we were following that auto with the nameplate 1176. Now I consider it as God's guidance, that don't worry, stay tuned, stay positive, it's all happening as per the divine guidance, and it's happening for you. So just stay calm, relaxed and tuned. That is how I took it. So, and now we have completed the course, and I'm really so very happy. I feel so blessed and fortunate to be here. The energy here is really, really awesome, really super powerful. It's all green, and the plants are really, full of energy. And it's so awesome to be here. You feel so healed. And we had chanting sessions going, even taken for parents. We did Rama chanting. Probably for the first time in my life, I would have chanted Om Namah Rama Home for 1000 times. Like, I have never done that. And my husband Alap also joined us at least twice in chanting. So all is well now, and he's happy and fulfilled, and truly happy and fulfilled. And now he is also considering to learn and understand more about energy science. Now, isn't that really fulfilling? It's so fulfilling. What I did was, I just, dropped all resistance. I kept calm, yet compassionate. And when he came, I did not crib or taunt or do anything. but accepted everything so gracefully. Practiced forgiveness. I practiced certain cleansing techniques like triangle that we learned in Arabic, and a few more of them, and few tools that I have shared in my own book, The Door to Confidence Opens Here. I hope my sharing was worthwhile for at least few of you. I'm sure we all go through such challenging situations, and how to manage it is definitely a challenge. So let me repeat one more time. If you go through such challenging situations, how to handle it. One thing is very clear. Someone is, showering unwanted energy towards you. It could be anger, it could be frustration, it could be their insecurities. You need to understand one thing, that you can take it respectfully yet not absorb it. So don't attach any meaning to what he or she says or does. Not the body language, not the words, and not the tone. Don't get impacted by all of that, and just keep chanting the healing codes that I always share in your mind, or you can have your own tool. The only key is not to absorb their energies. If you attach meaning or more thoughts to what he or she said, then it's certainly a challenge. I also did that, to some extent, but then I could release it again thanks to all the tools. So it popped up. I did share, and then I realized that, oh, this is taking me nowhere, and I dropped it. So don't absorb what he or she says. Keep aligned, keep seeing, keep visualizing what you want, and don't drop and take drastic decisions out of ego that, okay, then I will also not go, and this and that. Don't let that, yeah, if at all I would not have remained calm, the conversation would have gone anywhere. Even my father-in-law said that, is it really important to go? Then drop, don't go. So I was very clear about, what I want, yet very compassionate and respectful. So this is a practice to be taken and done. So be respectful, be compassionate. How you be is more important than what you say and do at that particular time. So just practice being calm anyway, being peaceful anyway, and being aligned to what you want anyway. And don't absorb that energy. Learn tools that you don't absorb such, negative energy, or the same is going to come out of you, right? So we need practice to do that. If at all you absorb and you react, forgive yourself immediately. Practice forgiveness. There are keys to practice that also. There are healing codes to do that. And again, take that energy out and keep practicing purification techniques, so that automatically your energies resonate at higher level and things do transform. Stay tuned and take that leap of faith. Trust your inner guidance, trust your intuition, and make it happen. And I did that, and I feel so happy that I did that, and my children did the course, and they're very happy, and they learned concepts of energies at this time. I mean, such a young age. They talk to trees, they can sense their aura, and they can sense each other's aura, human auras. They can identify energy of food, people, thoughts, emotions. Now everything is energy. We need to understand this. Super powerful, and the sooner we learn, the better it is. So I feel so blessed, and I want to thank my mentor, Rekha ma'am, who guided me to this. So thank you so much to God's guidance, and to all the people who were helpful for me to reach here, and also my in-laws who finally agreed and supported, and my husband that, okay, he did few tantrums, but he joined us and then accepted everything so gracefully. And we had an awesome trip, I must say. It was very fulfilling though. Yep. God's blessings, so be it.